Worker in Karnataka's Dharmasthala has made a sensational claim. He has filed a complaint with the Dharmasthala police claiming that he was coerced into secretly disposing of multiple dead bodies over several years. A complaint in this regard has been submitted on the 3rd of July and a case has been registered the next day. The former sanitation worker who worked in Dharmasthala from 1995 to 2014 says that he was forced to bury bodies linked to acts of crime, primarily of young women, minors and vulnerable individuals. The complainant has claimed that he returned to one of the burial sites recently and even exhumed the skeletal remains of some of the bodies. The photographs of the skeletal remains have now been submitted to the police. The complainant has sought legal protection and has offered to identify the perpetrators and reveal the burial sites. The case has already triggered unease in Dharmasthala, a town which is known more for the spiritual legacy than criminal intrigue. Times Now visited the exact spot in Dharmasthala where the bodies were allegedly buried. In fact, a human skull has also been spotted at the site.
Viewers, my video journalist and I today have trekked a dense forest of Dharmasthala after a whistleblower reportedly claimed that he's buried hundreds of bodies in various locations across this temple town under coercion from the temple authorities. Remember, this particular spot that we're at right now is where reportedly the whistleblower and his accomplices exhumed skulls from to present to the Dharmasthala police while seeking police protection from them. At this very location here, you'd be able to see, of course, remains of what appears to be a dhoti, possibly something that men, of course, wear. Going further, my video journalist would also now show you what looks or what appears to be a dupatta or a sari, probably some clothes that have just been muddled under the mud here. And these exact locations is what the whistleblower's accomplices, legal team, of course, have shown us right now to be the place where they have exhumed the skulls that were buried many years ago from currently are.
Is given permission to make a statement before the judge, magistrate. 164 statement we call it, because there's a lot of stories going about. So let us find out what is exactly has happened, and if this individual statement is right, if the statement is made before the magistrate, then the law will take its own course of action.
It's a very, very chilling tale, and there are many victims of the Dharmasthala horror. Scores of families have lost their loved ones but are still hunting for the truth. There are hopes that long-buried crimes will now be unearthed, giving closure and justice to the families eventually. Times Now has spoken to some of the victims' kin. Listen in.
ಡಿಸೆಂಬರ್ 21ಗೆ ಅವರ ಕಾಲೇಜ್ ಡೇ ಆಗಿತ್ತು. ಕಾಲೇಜ್ ಡೇಗೆ 21ಗೆ ಅವಳು ಹೋಗಿ ಹೇಳಿದ್ಲು, ಮನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳೋದ್ಲು ಸಾಯಂಕಾಲ ವಾಪಸ್ ಬರ್ತೇನೆ ಅಂತ. ಆದರೆ ಸಾಯಂಕಾಲ ಅವಳು ವಾಪಸ್ ಬರಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಮತ್ತೆ ನಾಟಕ ಅದು ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಇತ್ತು, ಡ್ರಾಮಾ, ಅವರ ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಇತ್ತು, ಸ್ಟೇಜ್ ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಇತ್ತು. ಹಾಗೆ ನಾವೆಣಿಸಿದ ಆ ದಿನ ನೈಟ್ ಅವಳು ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ಗೆ ನಿಂತಿದ್ದಾಳೆ ಅಂತ. ಆಗ ಫೋನ್ ಏನು ಇಲ್ಲ. ಮತ್ತೆ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಡೇ ಅಪ್ಪ ಹೋದ್ರು ಕಾಲೇಜಿಗೆ ಹೋಗಿ ಪ್ರಿನ್ಸಿಪಲ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕೇಳುವಾಗ ಅವರು ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು. ಆವಾಗ ಅವರು ತಿರುಗಿ ಇವರಿಗೆ ಉಲ್ಟಾ ಮಾತಾಡಿ, ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು, ನೀವು ಕಮ್ಯುನಿಸ್ಟ್ನವನಂತ ನಂಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಮ್ಮ ತಂದೆ ಕಮ್ಯುನಿಸ್ಟ್ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಲಿ ಇದ್ರು ಆ ಟೈಮಲ್ಲಿ. ಆಗ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು, ಕಮ್ಯುನಿಸ್ಟ್ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಯವನಂತ ನಂಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿರಲಿಲ್ಲ, ನಾವು ಚಾಪೆ ಅಡಿ ನುಸುಲಿದ್ರೆ ನೀವು ರಂಗೋಲಿ ಅಡಿ ನುಸುಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ನೋಡ್ತೀರಿ, ಹೋಗಿರ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಅಪ್ಪನಿಗೆ ಬೈದು ಕಳಿಸಿದ್ರು.
ನನಗೆ ಯಾರೂ ಸಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಯಾರೂ ಸಪೋರ್ಟು ನಾನು ಕೇಳಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಟುಡೇ ಟಿಲ್ ಇವತ್ತು ಸಮೇತ ನಾನು ಯಾರ ಸಪೋರ್ಟಲ್ಲಿ ಇಲ್ಲ. ನಾನು ದುಡಿತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ, ನಾನು ತಿಂತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ. ನನಗೆ ಯಾರು ಸಪೋರ್ಟು ಇಲ್ಲ, ಯಾರೂ ಇಲ್ಲ ನನಗೆ. ಇವಾಗ ಬಂಧುನೂ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಬಳಗನೂ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಹೋಗಿ ಕೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ದರ್ಪ ದೌರ್ಜನ್ಯ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಯಾರನ್ನ ಕೇಳೋಣ ಹೇಳಿ ಸರ್, ಯಾರನ್ನ ಕೇಳಬೇಕು? ಜಸ್ಟಿಸ್ ಯಾರನ್ನ ಕೇಳಬೇಕು? ನಾನು ಹೋಗ್ಲಿ, ಹೋರಾಟ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಹೋರಾಟಕ್ಕೂ ಸ್ಟೇ ತರ್ತಾರೆ. ಪ್ರತಿ ಹೋರಾಟ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋರಾಟ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಸ್ಟೇ ತಂದು ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಹೋರಾಟ ಮಾಡಬಾರ್ದು, ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆ ಕೇಳಬಾರ್ದು. ಹಾಗಾದ್ರೆ ಏನು ಇದು ಮಿನಿ ಪಾಕಿಸ್ತಾನನಾ?
Well, we've spoken with the family of a 17-year-old girl whose body was reportedly found right here at the banks of one of the tributaries of the Netravati river here in Dharmasthala town. Now, what we understand is that the victim reportedly went missing, and 56 days later, her body was found with the hands and legs tied right here at the banks of this river. Now, the family, of course, reportedly did try filing a police complaint, and while they were initially persuaded not to, from what they claim to be staff of Virendra Hegde's office, what we do know is that the case reportedly, of course, was covered up by the CID, is what the family says.
In fact, Times Now has also spoken to a lorry driver who worked in the area in that same time period when the alleged crimes were believed to have taken place, and he reveals his encounter with a dead body in the area.
ನಾನೀಗ ಇಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಬಂದಾಗ ಇದೇ ಮೋರಿ ಕೆಳಗಡೆಯಿಂದ ಫುಲ್ ಸ್ಮೆಲ್ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇತ್ತು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ನನ್ನ ಕೆಳಗಡೆ ಮೊಬೈಲ್ ಟಾರ್ಚಲ್ಲಿ ಆವಾಗ ಸಣ್ಣ ಮೊಬೈಲ್ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಸಣ್ಣ ಮೊಬೈಲಲ್ಲಿ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಇದಿಲ್ಲ, ಪವರ್ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಮರು ದಿವಸ ಬರುವಾಗ ಇದೇ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಪೊಲೀಸು ಎಲ್ಲ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ, ಅಡಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಡೆಡ್ ಬಾಡಿ ಬಿದ್ದಿತ್ತು. ಡೆಡ್ ಬಾಡಿ ಅಂದರೆ ಇದು ಈ ಹೊಟ್ಟೆ ಭಾಗ ಇಷ್ಟು ಅಂದರೆ ಒಂದು ಅರ್ಧ ಫೀಟಷ್ಟು, 1/4 ಫೀಟಷ್ಟು ನೀರಲ್ಲಿ ಮುಖ, ಹೊಟ್ಟೆ ಭಾಗ, ಎದೆ ಭಾಗ ಎಲ್ಲ ಮುಳುಗಿತ್ತು.
My colleague Neha Hebale, who got us this report, joins us live on the broadcast. And Neha, the details are extremely sensational. The alleged mass burial at Dharmasthala. What are the details that the police officials have gathered so far?
Well, Pratibha, what we know so far is, of course, this is a whistleblower here who's come forward, who sought police protection, and who's, of course, gone on to mention quite a few shocking or chilling details here about the kind of burials that he had done during his time. Remember, all of this, of course, right now is still subject to investigation. The police, of course, on its part here is yet to investigate these claims of the whistleblower, what he said, how much truth there is really, of course, to all of this. And apart from that, also, we are being told at this point in time that the Panchayat, in fact, the Gram Panchayat here of Dharmasthala has also now come out and said that they, on their part, have records for all of the bodies, for all of the burials that were done from 1988 onwards. With all of this being said right now, we're being told that the police, of course, would begin its investigation now once the legal formalities are complete. By legal formalities, of course, we're referring here now to the witness here, or to the whistleblower here, of course, going and recording his statement before a magistrate, after which, of course, he would possibly be given that protection there, and then the police would be taken to those very locations that we had visited, which, of course, the whistleblower says he had buried bodies at. Apart from this, of course, as far as, of course, the families here are concerned, while they have pointed fingers at some people, that is also yet to be investigated right now. We had the family of one victim here who says that she's still not seen her daughter's mortal remains from many, many years ago, that her daughter had visited the temple town of Dharmasthala, and since then, had gone missing. So far, no case had been taken up, a missing case also in that regard. All of this now likely is to be corroborated together with the claims of what the whistleblower here has said, and then be investigated by the police.
Okay, all right. Neha, the details are extremely chilling, and for many, many families in Dharmasthala, this is a chance at closure. Do track the developments on that story. We'll come back to you for those updates. Thank you for joining us. Quick break. We'll be right back.